So, hi everyone. So, today in this video, we are going to see about the characteristics of particles of a matter. So, yesterday we have learned about some physical nature of the matter, right? So, today we are going to see what are the characters of the matter, okay? So, first character we are having particles of matter have space between them. So, this point says that yesterday we said that matter is in the form of small tiny particles which we cannot see, right? So these particles are having some space between them, okay? So they are saying that the particles of matter is having some space between them. So in activity 1.1 and 1.2 we saw the particles of sugar, salt, Dettol or potassium permanganate got evenly distributed in water. Yes, so if the salt or the sugar or the Dettol or the potassium permanganate, they have dissolved completely into the water. Similarly, when we make tea, coffee or lemonade, that is nothing but your nimbu pani, particles of one type of matter get into the spaces between particles of the other. So whenever you are going to make some tea or coffee or the lemonade, you are going to see the water, or in the lemonade you are going to see the water has changed, and tea, coffee you are going to see the color is completely different, right? So this shows that there is enough space between particles of matter. Got it? So these activities show that there is a space between particles of the matter, okay? So let us go for the second character here. Particles of the matter are continuously moving. So first point what we learned here, particles are tiny. We know that, right? So those particles are having some space between them. Okay. So second character of the matter is that they are continuously moving. They are not in a constant manner, they are continuously moving. So let us go for activity 1.3 here to understand this continuous movement of the particles. Put an unlit incense stick in a corner of your class. How close do you have to go near it so as to get its smell? So here, incense stick, you know, right? So the puja vagera, whatever we are going to do. So whenever we lit these incense stick, what happens? The room is completely filled with smell, right? You are going to smell the incense stick, okay? But here they said that unlit incense stick. Unlit is nothing but which is not fired, okay? Which is not fired, so that stick is not going to smell, right? Now light the incense stick. What happens? Do you get the smell sitting at a distance? Yes. So uh, you will get the smell, but when you are nearer to the incense stick, the smell will be somewhat stronger, and when you are far to the incense stick, you will get lighter smell. Okay, that's the difference here. But what are your observation is that compulsory you are going to get the smell when the incense stick is lit or lightened up. Okay, so this is about activity 1.2. 1.3, that means what? Our particles are moving from one place to another, so that's the reason why we are getting the smell whenever we are far to that stick. Okay, now let us go for activity 1.4 here. Take two glasses or beakers filled with water. So we have to take two beakers filled with water. Okay. Put a drop of blue or red ink slowly and carefully along the sides of the first beaker and honey in the same way in the second beaker. In the first beaker you have to put what? Ink, red or blue ink. In the second beaker You are going to put what? Honey here. Along these sides, okay? That means from sides you are going to put this ink and the honey. Leave them undisturbed in your house or in the corner in the class. So, without disturbing the setup, you are going to keep the beakers in any of the corner of your house or the classroom. So, what you are going to observe? Do you observe immediately after adding the ink drop? What do you observe immediately after adding the drop of honey? So they are asking, whenever you are going to add ink to the water, what happened? And when added honey to the second beaker, what happened? So you have to see this observation. How many hours or days does it take for the color of the ink to spread evenly throughout the water? So here in these two beakers, if you observe properly, the ink is going to spread faster or mix faster into the water, and honey is going to mix slowly. So beaker 1 and beaker 2, ink is added to water and honey is added to water. Which one will mix faster? Ink one. And the honey is going to mix slowly because the thickness of honey is more. If you see the thickness and the thickness of the ink is just like liquid only, right? And the honey is also liquid, but it is somewhat thicker. So because of this reason, the diffusion or the mixing of these two substances in water will be different. Let us go for activity 1.5 here. So drop a crystal of copper sulfate or potassium permanganate in a glass of hot water and another containing cold water. So what you have to do, you have to take a small piece, okay, a small piece of copper sulfate or potassium permanganate into a glass of hot water and another in the cold water. That means one beaker is with hot water, another beaker is with cold water. So you have to put, either you take copper sulfate or you take potassium permanganate. You have to put it in hot water one piece and in cold water one piece. What you are going to see. Allow the crystals to settle at the bottom. You are not going to mix it, okay? Just you are going to drop it. You are not going to stir it or you are not going to mix it. Okay, stirring is nothing but mixing, okay? So, and you are going to allow the setup so that the crystals are going to settle in the bottom of the beakers. What do you observe just above the solid crystal in the glass? So here you are going to observe that in hot water and in cold water you have added the crystals, right? You are not going to stir it. But after some time you are going to observe that the crystal which is present in the hot water, that is going to mix or dissolve faster when compared to the crystal in the cold water. What does this suggest about the particles of solid and liquid, they are asking? That means what? Particles are going to dissolve faster in hot water. That is nothing but when temperature is more, the solids are going to move faster, and when the temperature is low, the particles are going to move slowly. Okay, so from this activity you are going to see about the temperature and the movement of the particles. So there, let us consider these activities and calculate that particles of matter are continuously moving. So they are going to move continuously. They are not going to stop. This is the point. That is, they possesses what we call the kinetic energy. Why they are moving? Because they are having some energy, and that energy is nothing but kinetic energy. As the temperature, what is kinetic energy exactly? You know it. So the energy which is required for the movement. Okay, or to do any work we require some energy, and that energy we are going to call it as what? Kinetic energy. Okay, so the particles require kinetic energy. As the temperature rises is nothing but increases. As the temperature increases, particles move faster. So in activity, the hot and cold water experiment we did, right? From that experiment, we can say that particles move faster in as the temperature rises. So we can say that with increase in temperature, the kinetic energy of the particles also increases. So that means what? Movement is due to kinetic energy. Got it? And when temperature is increased, the movement is also increased. So that is nothing but when temperature is increased, the kinetic energy, the energy of the particles also increases. In the above three activities, we observe that particles of matter intermix on their own with each other. So they are going to mix up each other, okay? They do so by getting into the spaces between the particles. This intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. So here intermixing is nothing but what? When we added water and salt here, what happened? They mixed up each other. That means salt particles and water particles are mixed up, and that process or that mixing we are going to call it as what? Diffusion. Okay. We also that let us consider these are the salt particles, okay, and these are the water particles, for example, okay. So when I mix this both, what happened? The salt and water particles are going to mix up like this. So we are going to get the solution. So this is just for your understanding purpose, okay. And this process we are going to call it as what? Diffusion. We also observe that on heating, diffusion becomes faster. As the temperature increases, diffusion, that is nothing but mixing of or the movement of the particles increases, we said, right? So here we can conclude that diffusion is faster when temperature or on heating, diffusion will be more. So thank you for watching the video. For more videos, please subscribe, like and share the